Alright, now we're recording.
Yo!
Hey guys, how's it
going? What the fuck is up? It's been a while. Welcome to the fucking On Repeat podcast.
With,
oh shit, I fucked that up. With your boy Medium Frank.
And Dark Ruffalo.
You know why they call him Dark Ruffalo, right?
Why do they call me Dark Ruffalo?
Because you set an ambiance every time you have sex on the flow. Like rough sex on the flow. So like rough. You know what I mean? You didn't like that one?
No, that's good. That's
Bro,
good.
it's almost like you always like you when you're high, people just think you're gone, but you're really in your girl's bed, Bath and Beyond, and I'll be honest with someone else.
Holy shit, that's hella good, man.
Oh god, man.
You're on fire, man.
Damn, it's almost like we already done this intro before.
I know, right? It's like deja vu. But anyways, why are we here today?
Man, what month is it?
Why is December?
Oh my god, that means it's the end of the year!
End of the year!
Oh shit!
But so, we're gonna do this in two parts, because when we do our end of year, we do our top 20s.
Top 20s.
Do you know other YouTubers who do top 20s instead of top 10s?
I mean, the first person that pops in my head is the Needle Drop, right? He does like top 50 albums.
Oh shit, that's right.
He's the internet's busiest music man.
I know. That's why he's busy, man. He doesn't have to be.
Bro, I like huge inspiration. You know what I mean? Dead End Hip Hop usually do their 10s, right? So we do 20s though. But here's the thing that we do differently than other motherfuckers, right? Like Anthony Fantano does like top 50 albums. He does singles. He does like EPs and shit. We're just doing top 20 releases. You know what I mean? So what that means to us, although we don't count singles, right? Because like one song is like a flash in the pan, but what that means to us is like albums, right? Or EPs. And we'll accept 3-song EPs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something that's supposed to be consumed in like a more long, I guess not long play, but in like an extended play fashion.
Like a single usually is just a song they put out there to try to like make a hit,
right.
You know?
Any B-sides, quote unquote, that comes with it is probably completely unrelated.
Yeah, like, it's like the B-sides are an afterthought for the most part. But you can have an EP and still have like a vision for that EP,
right.
You know?
3 songs and they all like tell a story.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what we're doing. We're doing releases, right? We like when we did the mid-year special, oh my god. We only did 10 albums each, right?
Yeah.
But this time we're going to do 2 parts, right? What's the 2 parts we're doing?
So the first part is we're going to do from 20 to 11. And that's going to be just quick, rapid fire. Mostly just maybe us listing our pick.
Yeah, maybe a song or two.
Sing a song or two, or why we like them, like a short sentence and here and there.
Right.
Yeah, but
that's what we're doing. So tune in for part 2. On Repeat podcast. Hopefully you haven't forgotten about us yet. You should check out the Holographic Children's LO Love album. Just came out.
Check it out.
It's fucking amazing. I'm going to talk for him, right? Because I don't want people to be like, oh, he's talking about his own album. This is like, we have this unwritten rule for these lists that we don't put Wave Gang releases on it. But if we did, this one would be for show and at the very least the top 12 in terms of repeat, like on like replay value.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Y'all should go check it out. I'm going to let him talk about his own shit now.
Yeah, check it out. It was released just a week ago.
About a week ago.
It's been a week ago.
A week ago.
Yeah, I gotta say it's been a nice experience working with Medium Frank here. He produced it, and it's like the whole process took about like a year, a little bit longer.
I don't think either of us expected it to take that long. I remember we were talking about putting it out in July. Could you imagine? My God.
Yeah.
But like, I'm glad we took our time. You were fucking meticulous in recording. We were meticulous in mixing, and it really shows. And at the end of the day, you wrote fucking amazing songs, and that's why it sounds great. Like, fuck the mixing, fuck the recording. You wrote amazing songs.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But just go check it out. We don't want to. We don't have to convince you.
Yeah.
Check it out. I'm pretty sure. Like, just check it out.
If y'all need something new, just listen to it. All platforms now.
But now we're gonna get into our list. Did you want to go first?
We can do that.
Yeah. So we're just gonna trade off.
Yeah.
See if your guys' if your picks make it. You know, if not, tell us if we missed anything, which I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. Put it in the comments. If there's a fucking Carrie Underwood project that I didn't pay attention to, please let me know in the comments, you bitch ass.
Alright, so we're going to start with number 20.
Number 20, Viente. How do you say it? Viente. So for me, number 20, and like, oh man, if if the album was a little bit more like narrative, right? Probably be a lot higher, but I kept coming back to it, and it's so California Northern California gangster. It's a very, very honest project. It's from one of my favorite rappers from Sacramento, Super Gully. It's Mozzie with Gangland Landlord. My favorite song is, I think it's an obvious one, but it's just like, it's with Tyler Dolla $ign, man, and YG. Like, just check it out. It's an amazing album. Mozzie's doing his thing, and yeah, it's just the best Mozzie project yet. I'll tell you that.
All right, cool. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you should.
But for my number 20, I got it here typed up. It's Arctic Monkeys, Tranquility Base Motel.
Mattress. I'm just kidding. I remember you talked about this during the mid-year special, actually.
Yeah.
So this was in the top 10 before.
It was in the top 10 before. It stayed at least in my list, but like when it came out, I appreciated it because I liked that they were going for a new style.
Yeah.
And the style reminded me of kind of like a 60s, 70s ballroom kind of like lounge, right?
So like Lucky Soul-ish?
Ish, but like more in like a jazzy way.
Gotcha.
So it kind of felt like I described it as Arctic Monkeys, but with like bad, not good.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but like I appreciated the instrumentation and production, and I like the first tracks. But it's over time, like I haven't really gone back to it much, you know.
I see.
And so it's in my list because I appreciate it. I think it's good musicianship.
Yeah.
But song-wise, like there's not really ones I kept coming back to.
Gotcha. Cool. Also, before we continue, shouts out to Starbucks Double Shot Espresso making a return. You know what I mean? Please sponsor us. I want to quit my job.
Yes, please sponsor us. I mean, we're holding up your product here. I think legally that means we get paid, right?
I would say
like,
so.
Yeah.
Pay us.
We have like a couple viewers.
Yeah.
So that's a couple bucks.
Yeah, tag Starbucks and be like, look at these guys. Awesome. So 19, are we at 19?
We're at 19.
For my 19th favorite project this year was from a young, awesome, like, I guess R&B isn't necessarily just the genre she's in, but Kali Uchis. She's fucking amazing.
Okay.
Isolation by Kali Uchis. I think it's one of her best projects, and it's one of the better projects from this year. But I just like with Kali Uchis, the reason why it's so low is just like I just haven't felt her really like take herself, because she's super talented, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like she just hasn't like taken it to the next level. And I think that's part of her charm. I don't think she wants to be a pop star, which is awesome. But that's when the replay value kind of like goes down, right?
Yeah.
But I really think it's a great album. I really feel like she was on her blonde shit with it.
Okay,
And it's just like if you're looking for like a progressive R&B Latin pop fusion, but she's just like so dreamy. Like she really sounds like she's from like Echo Park in LA. You know what I mean? Like I would check it out. And Kali Uchis is just like, I mean, she works with Tyler. She does a bunch of cool shit, man. So check her out for sure.
Yeah, check it out.
She also has an amazing colors session that y'all should watch on YouTube.
Yeah. Colors, man. You guys gotta check out that YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's called Colors, right?
Yeah, I'm finna be on it, I swear.
Yeah. One day.
In the universe.
And mark this day. Mark this
end of year 2018
podcast.
You feel me? Yeah, man. We both about to be on there talking shit. You know what I mean?
But yeah, they got cool performances. But so for my number 19 is Jack White, Boarding House Reach.
Wow, this is another one that I remember you talked about in your mid-year top 10.
Yeah, and like I feel like a lot of the things that was in my mid-year actually made it.
Yeah.
I don't think they charted as high as I thought they were gonna be, but I appreciate this Jack White project. I feel like kind of with him and the Arctic Monkeys, it's just like I went through a phase with them, right?
Right.
And seeing what they're doing now just makes me appreciate, like, I can't ever say that I'm embarrassed I went through a phase with them.
Right.
And these kind of projects prove it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I've kind of moved on to, like, different bands and music, but whenever I hear them, it's like, yeah, that's why Jack White is, like, you know, prominent, you know, or, like, at least, what's the word for it?
Cutting edge.
He's cutting edge.
Relevant?
Relevant, yeah, he's still relevant, yeah. But yeah, that's my number 19.
Hell yeah, boy. Yeah, Jack, shouts out to Meg White, too.
Oh my God.
Slept again. Is it recording? Please, Jesus, tell me.
It's still recording.
It is?
Still recording, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. That was a... Oh, whoa! Here we go again. Okay, so now we're at number 18, right?
Yep.
My number 18 is it sits here in my heart. because it's a fellow credit.
In your heart.
Ooh, I didn't even. Don't ask me how I do it. You know what I mean? But fellow LA native, Crenshaw native too. Dude, like I really think like, oh man, I really wish that this was higher on my list. But just for some reason, since maybe because it came out earlier in the year, or whatever the case, it kind of just like the replay value didn't necessarily stay there for me. But like, if I'm talking about, if I wasn't like, again, my main criteria for these lists is replay value, and that is weighted way more heavily than anything else, right? If I was just like, say objectively, like with my critical mind, like top 10 albums, this one's probably closer to the top because of just how like objectively amazing it is. I just didn't listen to it as much.
Yeah, you know I see.
It's Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap.
Oh,
and
okay.
It really sounds like Nipsey really came to his own. Like Nipsey is the kind of guy that always has songs where you're like, I fuck with that, I fuck with that. He's a fucking great businessman. He does a lot of dope shit for the community. But I feel like he finally put it all together in a project, and this is like his magnum opus. You know what I mean? And it sucks that I believe this is his best project of all time, and it's so low in my top 20. But again, like replay value is everything on this list. But man, Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. If you're a real hip hop fan, if you love like grown gangster music, man, you gotta go with Nip, man. Fucking Crenshaw stand-up. Let's go.
Nice. All right, so for my number 18, it is MGMT Little Dark Age.
Ooh.
Now, this is like a really good album, but it's also one of those things where I didn't go back to it enough.
Right.
But like, I think I do go back to it at least. Like, you know, like I think I get to experience the album little by little over time.
Right.
Because I think for me, when I listen to an album, if I don't like, either I like listen to it all the way throughout a lot, or I listen to a couple songs a lot, and then like just kind of like stop at a certain point in an album, then later on just kind of pick back from where I left off, right? So this, you know, MGMT, known for Electric Feel,
which is one of the dopest. Electric Feel is such a slept-on pop song. Yeah. Because it's one of the most popular songs that's like written in 6/4. It's written in 6/4. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like no one notices it. Everybody still dances to it. You know what I mean? Fucking amazing. They're dope. People sleep on how dope MGMT actually is. Yeah. Because they seem to be like the default white girl band for a while. But they're actually fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and for me, like, I like their hits, you know, that's mostly what I knew from them.
Yeah.
But like, it felt like it was like, at the time, it seemed like a band who would be like one-hit wonders.
Right.
And I think I kind of like where they're going with right now. Because, they had this top, like this charting track.
Right.
And now I feel like they're going back to their more like, you know, like psychedelic kind of like poppy, but like still really indie.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like this one is produced by Ariel Pink. And you can tell because it has like all like...
Ariel Pink is an on-repeat podcast favorite.
Yeah,
we love Ariel Pink here, for sure.
Which, did we get to release that?
I don't think that was one of them that got left. Dude, this podcast has been through a lot. Y'all don't even know it, bro.
Yeah, man.
But we're just hella stupid. We just smoke all the weed. That's why. It's the lead. We need to have somebody that does like all the technical shit that don't smoke.
Straight place person, IT.
Hey man, if Wolfie's gonna stay on the sober path, which he should, Wolfie, free Wolfie. That's all I'm gonna say. That's awkward.
Oh, it's you, man.
Oh, it's my turn now? I thought you were saying more shit and I cut you off.
I mean, I think that's all I can really say.
Lit. Fuck it, let's keep it moving. It's the top 20, or it's the 20 through 11 anyway. It's part 1. What number are we on? 17. So this was probably higher on most people's lists. But like, as much as I recognize that it's a dope album and it's his second best album, because there's another one that's better than this. But it probably has like the song of the year in terms of like the biggest hit, right? It's Astroworld by Travis Scott. So I like it a lot, right? But I feel like, I don't know, when I think of Travis Scott, I think of Rodeo. And Rodeo is his, when I was late to the party on Rodeo. Chemo Slice, my brother, he is definitely more on Rodeo. He put me on, but I compare it to that, and like Rodeo took me to another place. Yeah. Astroworld, I feel like Travis Scott took what's already popular, and maybe the climate is today what it is because of how great Travis Scott's older shit was. Rodeo, his influence on Kanye West, really, like he influenced a lot. As much as Kanye West influenced him, Kanye West sounded like Travis Scott when he was doing all this Yeezus shit, right?
Yeah.
So the landscape sounds like Travis Scott because he's so influential, and maybe that's why this project wasn't that cutting edge to me, because I feel like everybody else is copying his sound now, and everything sounds the same. So I'm just like, all right, but I recognize this is a great song. And Sicko Mode is like one of the dopest hip hop songs ever made. Some people are jumping out the window saying it's this generation's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect Freddie like that, y'all. Like, let's keep it 1,000. But the song's amazing, and the beat changes is cutting edge for today's like mainstream hip hop. Like, think about like the radio and how there's a song that has 3 completely different like beat changes.
Yeah.
And the hooks are very like it's not like it's not like a Migos hook that's super catchy. You know what I mean? And Drake has like the softest hip hop line ever there. He popped half a Zan. 13 hours till he landed. He was out like man, that's some beige rage shit. But yeah, good album. Not great, but it's worthy to be number 17 in my top 20.
I gotta say, I listened to this album a little bit, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it like didn't really. I didn't feel compelled to like keep listening to it.
Word.
And I still haven't heard Sicko Mode.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You don't really go outside that much, though.
No, I don't.
But here's the thing, like, and again, like, this would be way lower in my top 20 for going, like, critical, like, thinking. But again, like, the thing that weighs my list the most is replay value. And don't try to be, or stop trying to be God or whatever that song is. And fucking Sicko Mode, I've listened to so many times that it, like, single-handedly brought this up my list. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah. I think you like Sicko Mode. I mean, like, Drake's dope, and as much as like we like to make fun of Drake and all that shit, he's fucking objectively dope, and Travis is dope. But you know, it could have been better to me.
Yeah, yeah, and like it seems like like critical-wise, it feels acclaimed. Like Astroworld.
Word.
Yeah, so like I know I'm just the one who's like late to the party right now. You know, it's just like. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say about it yet. Yeah. But my next one would be Joji Ballads.
Ooh, I remember when this came out, you were like, let's review it. And I was like, I like Joji. I really do. You know what I mean? And I love 88 Rising in general. Yeah. I just, maybe it's because the pink guy shit, like, leaving back into my mouth. It's like, I hope he doesn't take this hip-hop R&B shit as like a joke. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Maybe he's not. But I didn't listen to the album. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's probably dope though. I think it's pretty good, and I think he is trying. Yeah, and I guess that's where I feel like as much as the album is good and a lot of people are fucking with it. Yeah, but it still leaves me disappointed. You know. Gotcha. I think like for someone who's the pink guy, but I never thought I could really take seriously as an artist. Yeah. Like feels like just someone who's just like us. Yeah, you know, like that's true. I never really looked at it that way, where he's like an everyman.
Yeah. Yeah, like look at him, like he's not like someone you expect to be a pop star.
No, but hella Asian girls and white girls want to like eat his asshole though. Yeah. He's got like a white boy charm to him. You feel me?
Yeah. but like I think that song wise, they're pleasant. I just don't really feel him as like. He doesn't stand out as an artist yet. Because for every song he's done, I feel like there's not really a song where I feel like this is Joji singing. Yeah. Like, I can't tell what his voice sounds like.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like...
Yeah, even in like the Head in the Clouds album, it's like, oh, that's Joji. I think that's Joji. You know, he doesn't have like a distinct, like you said, a distinct sound, I guess, or voice.
So, like, no matter how great a song could be, like, if that voice doesn't stick to me as like that's him. For sure. So in a way, it feels like he doesn't have a sound. He gets lost. You know, like
that's true.
Which is like pretty bad if you have an album where you're the main artist and you're not like the least consistent part.
That's true.
Like of an album.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Holy shit. You must have just listened to this album a lot. Because it seems kind of low-key high on your list.
I listen to it a lot for a certain phase, right? Yeah. But it is that thing where, like, you have good songs, and he has, like, you know that song, like, fuck the rule.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that on that album?
That's on the album.
Oh, with everybody or just him?
With everybody.
Okay, because, like, my favorite part of that song is fucking August 08. That guy is fucking dope.
The other thing I felt like that album was missing is I feel like more people from the 88 Rising should have rapped on it. Like, it's like a lot of times Joji's performance is just like it's good.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't take it to the next level. But if you were just to add some rappers on there,
Yeah.
to kind of chop it up, like I think you would have had a better album.
Dope.
But yeah, that's 17 for me.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? 16. My 16 was a surprise to me, and like you put me onto this guy. It's Open Mike Eagles. What happens when I try to relax? I was like really surprised at how much I fucked with this project, and it's like an EP. It's like 5 songs or 6 songs, but dude, it like tells this awesome narrative of like this dude who like he's trying to relax, and that try is such a big part of that phrase. And the beats are so cool, and like Open Mike Eagle could for sure rap with anyone. Like he is a very, very skilled rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really interesting concepts on it. Yeah, man, I thought it was dope. And like I never listened to Open Mike Eagle until you put me onto what was that?
Brick Body Kids Still
Daydream. Yeah, and man, like I'm a fan, dog. You did it. Congratulations. I'm a fan. Great album. He was just in Oakland and I missed him. I'm fucking pissed about that. But he lives in LA. He'll come back up and shit. So, yeah.
Man, so like it's funny too because like that EP when it came out, I didn't know. It was you who told me, and I was like, I was pretty surprised. Like, wow, like really?
Yeah, you put me onto some things that I like sometimes.
The other funny thing is like I have a friend. I'm not gonna put names right. Let's say his name is Sam. Well, Sam was telling me a story about how like his friend who tried to backstab him saw an Open Mike Eagle concert, right?
Okay.
And like in the end, that guy, like his friend was talking to Open Mike Eagle. He's talking shit about Sam the whole time.
Oh my fucking god.
Sam's like, I'm pretty sure Open Mike Eagle doesn't like me.
Oh my god. Yeah. Shout out Sam. I'm so sorry, bro. I would be devastated if Open Mike Eagle doesn't fuck with me because he seems like such a normal, cool ass dude.
Yeah, right. Like,
oh
he seems like someone who will get along with everyone.
Right. Like I just want to fucking like eat dominoes with him. But yeah, that's my number 16.
All right. Well, for my number 16, it is Parquet Courts, Wide Awake.
This was another one that was your top 10 is completely different right now.
Yeah.
Why did I say it like that, bro? Kill me, dog. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
No, man.
Put my gangster back on.
What I gotta realize is you gotta be like Rick Sanchez. He says dumb shit, but he says like, I just gotta roll with it.
Hey, bro, no disrespect. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, fuck, you don't know Rick and Morty?
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Zadie DeVito's about to fucking kill me. J Harmony too. When we went to Pismo, that's literally all my man's talked about.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, I watch it sometimes when I'm hella high.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Anyways, Parquet Courts, Wide Awake. I like this group, and this is the first time I started listening to them.
Yeah.
I just like it because it feels like a modern post-punk band, but like modern in a way where their sound doesn't sound modern. It's just because they come from now,
And from what you told me, it's not just like a fucking Joy Division pleasure, fucking Unknown Pleasures celebration band.
No, that's not that kind of like. It's like they have their own style,
Which is awesome.
They kind of have like a funky bass for the most part. So a lot of it, like for a post-punk band, I just think like their beat feels kind of like something you could kind of like dance to, I guess.
And that's honestly like my favorite post-punk bands always has like a sense of that because like if you think about when post-punk really came to prominence, right? Like the Industrial Revolution in Manchester at the very industrial feel of like bands that came out of Manchester in that time. We still have like the grit and like edge of punk music, but like disco was very much so like an influence, you know what I mean? And like some of the best Joy Division songs were disco influenced.
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
Gang of Four, same shit.
Gang of Four, yeah, and like it's funny. I dropped my paper.
This motherfucker living in the Stone Age, right? It's like Ricky Lake fucking holding the paper where she's like, so did you sleep with him? And she's holding the paper, you know what I mean? Shouts out Ricky Lake. Alright, I'm sorry, continue.
So, anyways, well, I just think it's funny you're talking about how, like, there's like post-punk that just talk about, it's basically like a Joy Division kind of like tribute band.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
They had that one Wombat, there's a Wombat song That was like a cringy song to me.
Oh my god.
Let's jump to Joy Division.
Oh my god, man. Who? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna say.
Alright.
I quoted. I did a Joy Division reference on fucking Power Lines. Remember?
Which part?
It's the classic case of being due from the start. Joy Division.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? It's a very, 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 like when I listen to it now, I low-key cringe. Like, wow. That's the most basic Joy Division reference you could make, you know what I mean?
Dude, but okay. It's cringe for the Wombats because they play guitars and shit.
Yeah, that's
It's not
true.
cringe for a hip-hop guy.
That's true.
Yeah, to say that.
Fuck you, Wombats. Remember, did I ever show you the video of, like, Ian Curtis riding a fucking...
Yeah.
Wee!
It
just cuts off. Alright, yeah,
that's Parquet Courts.
Parquet Courts. Check that out. What are we on, 15? This one was in my 10 for a while. Because it's just absolute bangers and it just makes me feel good. And I love putting this album on.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
saying.
know. It's Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B, man. Shouts out Cardi B, shouts out fucking Offset. Man. Yo, like, hold up. Great album. Cardi, like, you expected loyalty from a motherfucker that said, bitch, I'm a dog, roof. Of course he's gonna cheat on you. He's a dog. And he woofed on the track that was a #1 hit single. Come on, Cardi. Great album, though. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to Bad Bunny and shit. Like, my favorite verses were in Spanish in this album. It's beautiful. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I love Cardi B. Shouts out to Cardi.
Have you heard about the whole like drama with the home record girls?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the dolls. I listen to the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh yeah.
But you was just like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this marriage was that serious. Cardi, Offset didn't either. Offset was like, bitch, I told you I was a dog. I didn't mean to make you look so stupid like that. Shut the fuck up, Offset. You look crazy, dog. But good album, straight up. Alright. Let's move on. It's a long ass video. It's supposed to be quick.
Alright. Okay, so my number 15 is Czarface and MF Doom. Czarface meets Metal Face.
Damn, this was like number 27 something. I love this. When you showed it to me, I was like, damn, it's like I'm watching a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's why it's still on my list, even though it's not high up, because it's not something I keep going back to.
Right.
Their songs aren't something I could sing, like I can't like name one off right now.
Yeah.
But the first time you experience it, it feels like you watched a movie.
Yes.
Or like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Definitely. Or like wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and again, if my criteria wasn't mainly replay value, this would be on it because it was like it was a dope ass experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when you watch a movie, I'm not gonna watch it 3 days in a row unless it's Titanic. You know?
Yeah, and like it's on the list, like it's just noteworthy.
Right.
Like that's something that's so because it's art, you know. Like
That's
at the end
true.
of the day, music is art that like you can sell.
Yes.
And like I think the replay value definitely is, you know, it's like the magic of songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if there's a ton of replay value, you know, you got a really good song.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like a film you could enjoy once
That's
doesn't
true,
mean it's
FIFO.
bad, you know.
That's what FIFO says too, and it's in the year list.
Really?
Yeah, you're just like, well, yeah, because like, but I get it though. I do it too. But it's just like once I get to the top like 5, that's when I really like replay and it starts to weigh less. I mean, like whatever. I don't want to spend too much time.
Okay, so now it's you, man.
Oh
Number
shit, 14. My 14. This song, this album. The reason why I didn't do so well is while the project as a whole was amazing, right? There wasn't one song that I put on a playlist that kept going back and back to. However, she did put a song out after this album came out that I am obsessed with, and the rest of the world is obsessed with. I think you get what it is now. It's Sweetener by Ariana Grande. Amazing album. But if Thank You Next was on this album, it would be so much higher for me because Thank You Next has a million times more replay value than any song on Sweetener. And the 2 singles that first came out for Sweetener, God is a Woman and fucking Taking It Up, Pepping It Up, like good, but it gets corny fast. But the rest of that, like the album cuts are really great. Even like the song called Pete Davidson and stuff is amazing. And it's just a quick little interlude. And all the shit that Pharrell did, amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but it was lacking that one song that I could put in a playlist and always hear that song.
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, all right, let me go back to the album today, you know?
Yeah, I guess that is important when it comes to like albums, like at least as a product.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I guess as far as a song, it's so subjective whether a song's good or not.
Right.
But shit. But if you do have like a song, like a hit that you could come back to for that album, it's like it is easier to go back into that album.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think when I look at like fucking like top tier projects, right? There's a checklist for me, and like one of the biggest checklists is like, are there songs that like I'll continually go back to? And that's a huge part of it. So that's Sweetener, Ariana Grande. Shouts out. Shouts out to Pete Davidson, man, and R.P. Mac Miller, man.
My next one is David Byrne, American Utopia.
This was awesome, dude. Your top 10 is completely different now.
Yeah, right.
You finicky fuck.
So this album, like, I still enjoy it a lot. It's not something I play all the time because it's kind of like it has like a deep message. And I'm not saying that a deep message ruins like playability.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like the style of it, even though it's current and it feels current, like you can tell David Byrne comes from like a different era of songwriting.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Where like I still love that because that's like the earlier stuff I used to listen to are kind of like that type of writing, you know, with David Bowie and like a lot of the indie scene kind of trying to recapture that. And I like the message that he has. I like the sounds that he has. Very like ethereal.
Yeah.
And kind of dark at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just low on my list now because of everything else that came out.
For sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And like I guess I'm getting more into kind of like, maybe it's because of you, but I'm getting more into kind of like songs that either really push the genre past, or is something that feels like what's the word for it? Like it does feel like a banger.
Right. Of course, yeah. Something that sticks to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if there's not a song that some songs, as much as they're great, are a chore to listen to because it's just like fuck. Like I have to go through this like cycle of emotions and all that shit. Whereas like sometimes you just want a song that feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where like because like sometimes certain songs, like let's say bangers.
Yeah.
Like knows how to get your attention and keep you on the ride. While some songs can lose you, you know.
Yeah.
Like in the end, even if a banger is like people think is like mindless, I think they definitely have the experience of a listener in mind. You know.
True.
But yeah, that's American Utopia.
Dope. My turn. What number are we on? 13.
13.
13, man. This fell victim to being pretty much a 2-song wonder at the end of the day. But the album is still great, right? Like top to bottom, it's still really great songs, but there's only 2 songs I go back to all the time. But the 2 songs I go back to all the time, I go back to often. And it's High as Hope by Florence and the Machine.
Okay.
My God, Hunger is the closest thing to a Fleetwood Mac / Carole King song you'll get in today. Other than Tennis, maybe. Yeah. Man, it's fucking amazing. And then fucking No Choir still has the power to make me cry. High as Hope.
Alright, cool. Well, for my number, where are we now? 13? So my number 13 is Open My Eagle, What Happens When I Try to
Yeah, first one that we both got on the list.
Yeah,
look at that unity. Camera we, you know what I mean?
So, I love this EP.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it is not in the top 10. Because, like, Open My Eagle, I think, is so smart.
Right.
You know, like, and, like, his cleverness is something that's so relatable.
Right.
And he says it.
Right.
I'm relatable.
Dog.
I'm relatable.
And the worst part is like that's probably the reason why he's not more famous. Because when people go to rap music, they want it's almost like a fantasy.
That's
you know what I mean? And
That's
Open My Eagle is so tangible that it's just like it sounds like your boy's rapping about going to Target. You know what I mean? That shit is fucking amazing to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna let you keep going.
Yeah, I mean, like, and this EP, I feel like he shares kind of what the everyday artist goes through. You know, I saw about like checking his Instagram and he hates Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. And like You've had to deal with that.
Word.
I've had to deal with that. It does suck having to promote yourself like
Word.
all the time.
And like your stock and like your worth is likes. You know what I mean? It's tough to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think this is a really good EP. It's strong. It's very strong. The production on it, I think it's still Illingsworth.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because it sounds like it's
It
done.
sounds like
But it feels like it's like
a little bit more like futuristic, more dreamy, ethereal this time around.
Yeah.
But it's unique. It's definitely unique.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other EP out there that sounds like this.
Yeah, like it's electronic sounding.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're in like future heaven.
Yeah.
But like you still feel some type of pain there.
Bro,
right?
it's like if there was rappers in Esthar.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Holy shit, that'd be a great.
That would be a sick ass.
And then like your commands are rap.
Yeah. Moderns, hit us up. We have an idea.
Anyways, but that's it. Yeah.
Dope. Okay, what are we on? 12?
12.
12. Oh my God, this also hurts that this is down to 12. But especially since the mid-year special, I've developed somewhat of a crush on this person because she's just so dope, man, on IG. But number 12 is "Clean" by Soccer Mommy. At the end of the day, it also, like, again, solid top to bottom. It became like there's two songs I go back to. But again, those two songs I listen to all the time. Yeah. And I mean, "Cool" is hands down the best song on that. And like, I know it's like the easy one because that's the single, but dog, it's amazing. Check it out. Sophie's dope. She's just so like hot, and she's like hot in like a fucking such a cool, like, no pun intended, way. You know what I mean? Like, she just seems like a cool person. And she's from Tennessee. And I'm a Grizzlies fan. She probably doesn't like basketball, but she probably likes sport. I don't know, whatever. It's a good album.
I think she likes soccer, dude.
Really? No way. Do you think any of us, so like we were in a band called Soccer Mom, and you remember that? Do you think any of us was soccer fans? I mean, I was, but whatever. That's beside the point. Yes, there it is. 12. What's your number 12?
So my number 12 might actually surprise you.
Okay.
But it's Kids See Ghosts.
Whoa! Spirit.
Spirit. But yeah, so like
wow.
I think this is a good album. I can't say it's not.
Yeah.
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 I can't say it's not a good album. It's definitely great.
Yeah.
I think it's Cudi and Kanye West at its best.
Yeah.
And replayability, I think it has a replayability.
Yeah.
And because we're talking about how kind of the theme naturally kind of feels like about the mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Not really too much because like they showcase that,
But they just naturally are mentally flawed people.
Yes,
You know?
yes. So you kind of see that there. But I think like the more it went on, the more just like stuff I hear about Kanye, Pusha T, Kid Cudi, it took away so much from the experience of the album now.
That's actually true. That's actually going to hold true for my number 11, actually. My number 11, actually, is Daytona by Pusha T.
Really?
And, like, again, like, the biggest determination here is, like, replayability. Right? Yeah. If I was critically putting this somewhere, it would be top 5 for sure, because of just how great it is.
Yeah.
But I think the combination of my disappointment with my fucking hero, Kanye, right? And all the fucking corny shit that came out of the Drake and Pusha T, like, it was so dope during the beef.
Yeah.
Both of them went just so left with their interviews. You know what I mean? Like, Drake going on the shop, one of the corniest things I've ever seen in my life. Pusha T on Joe Budden, it was almost like after you already won a fight, and you're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like both of these dudes were super corny about it.
Yeah.
The thing that happened with Drake's people fighting Pusha T, and then Pusha T talking shit about it on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, just some terrible shit happened after they had such a cool back and forth. If they would have just left it with those two songs, that was amazing. Because, like, Drake hit him with an awesome jab, Pusha T murdered him, and that would have been cool. And the album was awesome. But just, like, the combination of all the bullshit Kanye's had going through, the bullshit with Pusha T and Drake, I don't know if you noticed, and spoiler alert, Scorpion is not on my top 20 at all. And I'm a Drake stan, you know what I mean? And I make fun of you for sucking Pusha T's dick, you know what I mean? You feel me? But it's like Drake's not on my list, but Pusha T is because it's a great, it's a way better album.
Yeah.
But I listen to it less because I just got sick of the good music circus.
Yeah, and I gotta say, kind of like another segue to that, is my number 10 is...
Number 10 or number 11?
Oh, wait, my 11.
Oh my God,
my number 11, I mean, yeah. Number 11 is Pusha T.
What?
Yeah.
Camera weed. Unity.
It's been weed.
Oh, it has been?
Yeah.
Oh,
but it is number 11 for me because, like, it's the same thing with Kids See Ghosts. I feel like in the end, it
doesn't even matter. Oh, shit.
But no, it's like in the end, like, instead of me have to make a choice whether like these albums were good or not,
yeah,
to like bump it off from the number 10,
yeah,
it felt more like a conscious, like, fatigue.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I am fatigued. Like, I like these two albums.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him credit.
For sure.
But at the same time, like, I feel like especially like if you have a great album that people think is great,
yeah,
and you did have that rap beef and you thought that you were like basically you murdered this like other MC, right?
Just leave.
Let his art speak for itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. 1000%, bro. And like again, I fucking like as much as I make fun of you for being a Pusha T dick sucker, and you make fun of me for being a Drake stan. Like, objectively, we all know Pusha T won.
Yeah.
We all know Pusha T has a better album.
Yeah.
Let that rock, bro, because like you clearly won this year with the album and the diss songs. You did it, dog. Just now's a perfect time to go on vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, whatever. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. Like Scorpion, as much as it's not on my top 20, I will tell you, if we only kept the good songs of Scorpion, it would still be one of the best albums of the year. But you like fucking put a bunch of filler in it, right?
Yeah.
But it still would have been in my top 20 if I wasn't so sick of the circus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Drake is one of the greatest artists of all time. Pusha T is one of the greatest rappers of all time. If they both would have just let their art and the sparring speak for itself, then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you said, they just got too corny with it. Like, honestly, like, by the end of the day, what made it exciting is like the creativity.
Right.
Now you guys are just like really whining about
Word. I feel like I got what I deserved though, because I loved how petty both of them was being.
Yeah.
And then they took it to another level, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah. Now it's just like it's sad.
Yeah.
You actually throw the band.
It actually really is sad. You know what I mean? Like the fact that like Drake was like, nah, man, you talk about my friend that has fucking MS. That just made me want to punch you in your fucking face, bro. When he said that, I was just like, yo, shut the fuck up. But then when Pusha T goes on Joe Budden's podcast and he's continually contradicting himself, it's just like, both of you need to shut the fuck up. Like, y'all, at the end of the day, they really both won because they both got so much publicity from that, and their albums did so well because of that. Like, go fucking, like, shake each other's hands and walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My God. But yeah, that's the first part.
That's the first part.
We ended on unity.
Yeah, hell yeah. But anyways, that's the list 20 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
The next video is gonna be out pretty much like in the same day. Yeah, we'll give you guys a treat.
like a couple. A day. Like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Or
a couple hours.
Right. Let's do it.
Give you guys a break. But I hope you guys like that. Let us know if like any of these songs we listed is in your list, if it's even higher or lower.
If there's a Carrie Underwood project we missed, we'll definitely let him know at the Holographic Children.
But yeah, stay tuned for the next part.
Wave gang.